Hey guys, so welcome to today's video. Today, I'm gonna film my pregnancy update. So currently, I am 25 weeks. Well, I'm a day removed from being 25 weeks. So by the time you're seeing this, I could be a couple weeks further along, or it could be closer. I'm not sure when I'll get to edit it and put it up, but I wanted to give you an update on my first 25 weeks of pregnancy. I did 1 to 20 weeks when I was pregnant with our first kid, so this is my second pregnancy, and man, has it been a little different, which I will get into all of that here in just a second. We'll start with the baby bump. Hopefully I'll be able to show you with this in cinematic mode, but there it is. There she's cooking. So it is a girl. Our first pregnancy that we had, I'll give you just a little bit of backstory, but I can link my pregnancy updates in the cards, so you can see them pop up throughout. The first pregnancy, we didn't find out the gender. It was a boy. This time we did decide to find out, and that was just so interesting to figure out. If I remember, I will also insert a clip now of us doing our little gender reveal that we did.
Ready? Mm-hmm. 1, 2,
3. Oh! Are you ready to show them? Okay.
Ready? And then show them in 3, 2, 1.
But flashing back to October, we weren't trying at all, actually. We weren't trying at all, which we knew we wanted more kids, but in my mind, we were gonna be further out, like start trying like in January, so like in the new year. Flashback to October, and for a couple days, I'd felt kind of sick whenever I woke up. Nothing too terrible, but I just felt kind of nauseous in the morning. Now, this isn't completely unlike me to feel nauseous in the mornings. Sometimes before I eat and then after I eat, I would just feel kind of nauseous in general, like not being pregnant. So like, it wasn't something I was like super concerned about, and I hadn't really missed like a period or anything at this point. Mine also isn't super regular, so that's kind of hard for me to track too, but I did know that it was getting kind of close to that time of the month, and I hadn't had anything, but I wasn't worried about it because I'm not the most regular cycled person. So the reason that I ended up taking a test this one morning that I woke up, because I told myself if I kept feeling sick and like by the next week, if I didn't have anything, then I would take a test. But the reason I ended up taking a test this specific morning was I actually physically got sick, and I had felt completely fine otherwise. So I took a test, and it was positive, and it was positive like quickly and noticeably right away, which baffled me. I wish I had recorded my own facial reaction, because I was beyond shocked. I was happy, but beyond shocked. Because again, weren't trying. With Owen, our first, we were trying. We weren't like tracking things, but we were trying. We wanted a baby. And I'd had to take multiple tests to see that I was pregnant, even though I had been pregnant. But this time it came right away, so that was just super shocking and jarring, and then I had to go to work, and I was like reeling. My mind was just reeling and going a million miles a minute. But fast forward a little bit, we have our appointment with our doctor, and at this point, like I'm real nauseous. Like I had so much morning sickness through that point. I'm telling my doctor about it, and she's telling me like, you know, you can do these things, and I'm trying these things, and they are not working. The vitamin B6 or B12, whatever it is, I can't remember, was not working. I had like one of those little like C-bands, not working. It made me feel better, like, you know, like a placebo, but it definitely did not kill the nausea that I was having. So it's super hard to eat anything because I wasn't hungry and nothing was working. And there were quite a few times that I did actually get sick. Like one thing, I could not have orange juice, and I love orange juice, and I still love orange juice, and I still want some. Like now, it sounds good, but I'm like, I'm gonna wait just in case. Another thing would be like, you know, like those breakfast drinks. I had like vanilla ones. I could not drink those. I have not drinking a breakfast drink since then because I'm just too worried about it. Too worried about it. But anyway, so those were just kind of some of my symptoms. Really, it was just the nausea that was really getting to me, and no other way did I feel pregnant really besides nausea. And I mean, I was exhausted, but I also have a 1.5-year-old, so it's not uncommon for me to be tired, especially being a teacher. But yeah, so that was the first part. Again, just really jarring. We had our 20-week appointment, the anatomy scan. And now, mind you, everything up to this point had been normal. They had told me to take some low-dose aspirin because I had really high blood pressure whenever I was pregnant with Owen. So they were doing that kind of as a preventative measure, and I still do that. I still take that every day. But we did the anatomy scan, and the ultrasound tech was saying how she was having a hard time seeing everything. Now, mind you, up to this point, heartbeat had been great. No, nothing was weird. Whenever we did the first dating ultrasound, they said I was probably a couple days, like, basically I would be due earlier than what I originally thought. But we kind of just kept it at the one because it was literally by 2 days off. And let's all be honest, babies come when they want to come anyways, so there's no here nor there about that. But the ultrasound lady was having a hard time seeing certain things with the baby because of how she was positioned. So she tried a couple different things, and she's like, you know, we're probably just gonna have to have you back in for another ultrasound to get these. And I'm thinking, okay, cool, great, because that just means that I get to see, or we get to see our baby more. But then we had the meeting with the doctor, and she said one thing they saw were these cysts in the brain. And she said that they weren't uncommon, but that they could be markers for a chromosome disorder. And if you look it up, you know, she warned us not to look it up. I looked it up. Probably a bad idea. Anyways, so she's talking about these cysts, but she's like, they usually go away with development. So you have two options. You can go to a high-risk facility, and they can do a more thorough ultrasound scan. They're going to look at everything, and they're going to look at everything really in detail. And if they see anything at all, they're going to mark it. Or whenever you come back for your next appointment, we'll do another ultrasound, see if they're still there. And then if we need to send you to high risk, we will. Me, I chose to just go high risk. She wasn't saying that we needed to go high risk right away because they saw no other markers for anything wrong. It was just those cysts, but she said that they can be present in normal. It's just something to do with development. Again, I'm not a doctor. I don't know these doctory things. But I chose to go high risk just because then we wouldn't have to wait even longer to know what we needed to know. So we had the appointment 3 weeks after that with the high risk ultrasound doctor. And even then the ultrasound tech was having a hard time, and they still didn't get all the photos that they needed because she's in this position. She's head down, which is good, but where she's nestled, they can't see everything. And I think she's nestled there because her brother, it's probably like her safe space, because every time I think about it, because I think she's more so on my right side versus my left, and my son likes to sit on the left side or lay down on the left side, so I think it's like her little safe space down there. And so anytime she feels something poking, she thinks it's her brother. Why would she move? Actually, she does move anytime, like, they do a heartbeat thing or they do a little ultrasound. She kicks and starts moving all about, and now I can really feel it when she does it. And she is a mover. That is for certain. She knows a lot more, I feel, than I remember Owen moving, although I do know that he did move a bit. Anyways, the doctor comes in and says that they needed more, they couldn't get everything, they were having a hard time, which I knew. The ultrasound tech was telling us this too, that she was having a hard time getting certain angles. But the doctor said the cysts were gone, which I was like, great, like there was this relief. But then she said, but we did see this thing with the heart, and it's these light spots in the heart. Now, mind you, the heartbeat had been fine. They said the blood flow was fine, all of those things. But she said it could be a marker for a chromosome disorder. And so now at this point, we've had two things that would have pointed to a chromosome disorder. And while not all of them are bad, there are quite a few that are fatal. And I learned this doing my research about the cysts originally. And so the doctor there said, the high-risk doctor said, we'd like to do a blood test. It's non-invasive. We'll just take your blood, we'll send it off, and they will check for main chromosome disorders because you've had the cyst and now you have this other thing. And the light spots, she said, could have just been the angle that they were able to get at, how the blood was, or how the heart was contracting or releasing at whatever time that the sound went through. She was explaining all these things. I'm in tears because I'm super emotional. Of course I am. Super emotional. And so I'm trying to listen, but again, it's hard because, you know, you're now having this doctor tell you that, you know, it could be this chromosome disorder, it could be fatal, it could be all of these things, and you're just not prepared for it. And it still hurts to, like, now to know it, but they sent it off and she said it'll be about 2 weeks, or a week to 2 weeks before you get the results back. I checked every single day for these results to come in, quite literally every single day. And Jacob was like, Gracie, you've got to stop. Like, you're going to go insane. And the hardest part is I feel completely normal. Like, nothing feels abnormal to me. Nothing has been happening that would concern me or alarm me or anything like that. And then when I would read back her notes, I was like, I swear this is not what we talked about in the appointment, because it would be like certain things were downplayed, certain things would be upplayed, and then downplayed. It was very confusing to my mind. We went back to our regular doctor for our next visit because that was just normal. And we were sitting in the room, and now mind you, I had looked right before we went in so I could ask my doctor just about things that the high-risk doctor had put in her report, what my doctor felt, like her opinions on everything, because the results hadn't come in. So I was prepared to ask my doctor all of these questions, and we're sitting back in the room, and all of a sudden my phone starts buzzing, and Jacob's like, someone's calling me. And I'm like, who's calling me? And I had my Apple Watch on, and I look, and it says, like, the hospital, the high-risk doctor name, or doctor's office name. And I was like, get the phone out! Get it out! And so I pick it up, I answer. She asked me if I've seen my results yet. I was like, no, they haven't dropped in, and believe me, I've checked. And she said that everything had come back normal. Everything that it had checked for was normal. And that was the biggest relief I think I could have ever felt, because the back of my mind, I was just thinking worst case scenario, because that's the way my mind works. And I'm sure you can flood the comments with all of these different stories, but I'm in a much better mental space now. I was definitely down for a long time, because hearing that something could be fatal for your baby, it's a scary thought, to have just constantly playing in your mind for a week and a half. But thankfully, everything is fine. Our doctor feels everything's fine. Now, we do have to go back to high risk. We got to get the other ultrasounds done so they can check everything again. And I'm just like, if you have another bad thing to say to me, please don't say it, because I don't think my heart could take any more. But I waited so long to film this video. Because of that, I didn't feel comfortable talking about it at the time. And it's still a little hard because you still don't know everything, but that's kind of how every pregnancy is. You don't You don't know everything, and it is difficult. But main differences for my first pregnancy, I would say, was the nausea with actual vomiting. I was nauseous with Owen, but it definitely ended second trimester as soon as that started. Now it took to about halfway through the second trimester for me to really feel better at all. Now, they were able to prescribe me an anti-nausal medication, which I don't have to take. It was just as needed, and that did help, thankfully. But like I said, it has subsided. I haven't really had too many cravings. I mean, maybe I'm eating more sweet things than salty, but I'm still a salty lover. I definitely last time craved salty food a lot more, like McDonald's chicken nuggets and fries. And while I still love my McDonald's, the want to have it is not as strong as it was whenever I was pregnant with our son. But it's just been so much fun getting new things for baby. You know, why we have things to use from the first time we kept a lot of stuff, but it is fun to get new stuff, especially girl stuff, because it's cute and it's frilly and it's extra, and I love it. But yeah, the other big difference I would say would be my emotions. I was emotional with Owen, but I've definitely had a shorter fuse, and I feel like I definitely have been prone to really blow things out of proportion and then like apologize and just cry a lot more than I did with Owen. That is for sure. As of right now, my blood pressure is still good, which is great and kind of surprising considering some of the things we were going through. Now, granted, it was higher whenever I was more worried, but yeah. And recently my feet have started to swell. I'm still super tired. Just not as nauseous, and really I'm just excited. I'm so excited. She should be here at the end of June, and I'm so excited for Owen to be a big little brother, because he's gonna be just a big brother, but he's still my little guy. And I'm just so excited to have him see her, because he knows if we ask him, where's your baby sister, he'll point to my belly. Well, actually, he tries to lift up my shirt because, you know, he'll see the belly. And if we say, can you give your sister a hug or a kiss, he'll like hug my belly or put his head on my belly, and he'll kiss my belly. And he likes to blow raspberries on my belly, and I think that it's funny because I feel like she definitely kind of starts to move, especially now. She should be able to hear not just my voice and what's happening like inside my body, but like outside things as well. So I'm certain that she is hearing her brother. She's probably like, dude, you're crazy. It has been harder being pregnant. I've had this question asked to me a lot. It is harder being pregnant, I feel, and this time especially with a 1.5-year-old. But we knew we wanted them about 2 years apart. They'll be a little under 2 years, so we'll have 2 under 2 for a little over a month. But we are so beyond excited. We are so beyond thankful. I'm definitely somebody who has worried about the ability to have kids. I worry about complications or things going wrong. And like I said, you never know what's gonna happen, but I'm so thankful and feel so relieved that we know at least the really bad chromosome things, the fatal ones, are off the table, which is so relieving. I have felt like a weight has been lifted, like I can actually feel excited, and now I can like get in this mode of getting things ready, because I've had nothing ready. I've kind of gone through clothes, and like, so we bought some things, but I definitely feel like now I can like start preparing. I'm definitely a planner, so I know you're probably watching this and like, you're only 25 weeks, like he's got a while to go, but time goes by fast, and it's definitely going by a lot faster having another baby to take care of. And I also know that once the ball starts rolling and things start going, it's just only gonna get harder to get things done from here. So the sooner I can get some things done, the better. But I will try to film some of it for you all, since my channel is a bunch of different things: resell, mom life, just life in general. But if you did enjoy, be sure to subscribe down below. You can check out my the reselling business if you'd like, or mine and my partner's natural skincare line. And if you would be interested in more of these, let me know down below. I do plan to film a couple more pregnancy updates. Like I said, maybe whenever we kind of reconfigure the room and we get her stuff ready. And I'll film a hospital bag, but that is way far down the line, thankfully. I haven't even thought about that in the slightest yet. But yeah, I hope you all did enjoy and you enjoyed hearing my little story time. But yeah, I will see you all in my next one. Bye guys.